same boat. You were a very heavily booked independent wrestler, and then COVID-19 hits, the pandemic hits. How does that change things for you? How does it change your mindset, your certainty, and your security, so to speak?
I mean, when COVID hit, like when it like hit or whatever, when shit started getting canceled, I was in Mexico for AAA.
Oh
So it was
gosh.
just like I had just done. It was the craziest week of my career. Still, it was like the weekend before that. I was in the UK on a Thursday wrestling. Then I was Saturday triple in what's it called, in AAW
Yeah.
Chicago. 2 shows in New Jersey the day after, and then Mexico the weekend after. It was like the craziest loop I ever had. And then everything, literally the day I was in Mexico, me, Myron, and Snoop were all in the hotel, and everything just started getting canceled. I was just like getting text after text after text, like no show, no show, no show, no show, and it was pretty scary. But like for me, I used the quarantine, the break, very positively. I put on over 40 pounds. If you watch my wrestling prior, I'm a completely different wrestler. It's years apart. So I just tried to use that break the best I could so that when wrestling would come back, I would be even more in demand than I already was. So now I'm just, just trying to use this to my benefit too. It's all you can do, really.
What's your weight at now? Because you mentioned you put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, right now I'm still at like 220 because when wrestling came back, I was at 225. Then obviously, like I started losing some weight because I started wrestling a lot
Sure.
more. But now I'm back at 220. I want to be at like 225 to maybe I don't even know. I don't really have a goal weight. I just want to look like a wrestler, I guess.
And you're what, like 6 feet tall, 6 foot one?
I'm 6'1". Yeah.
Yeah, man, and still growing too. I mean, you're at an age
Yeah.
where you have no idea what your frame might even fill out at.
I know.
I mean, and if you're 225 in wrestling, certain places will say, "Oh, he's 240. He's
Yeah.
245." It's the
You
way
might
it
be lucky.
works.
40 on the kayfabe.
When you were in Mexico, was there a part of you that was like, "Am I getting back in the country? How's this going to work?"
Yeah. Yeah. We were all so because we went down there with MLW, so we were all pretty scared. We were at the arena and we're just like, damn, like what's good with the borders? Are they gonna shut it down or whatever? Yada yada yada. But luckily it was like I forgot, like someone had told me like as long as we have our passports, we're American citizens, we'll be good no matter what. So that was a relief. But it was really scary at first when like we literally like we walked over the border and then people started like, oh, what if we can't go back? So like the whole day we were
Yeah.
there from like really early in the morning to really late at night. It was like, oh shit, what if we can't get back into the States?
Because I remember I was in Chicago and Indiana a couple weeks before that for like Black Label Pro and the AEW shows that were there.
Yeah.
And I remember it was a discussion then. I was talking to Eric Stevens and he was like, my last match is set for WrestleMania weekend. I don't know if that's going to even happen. And even at that point, just a couple weeks before, I was like, really? You think it'll get canceled? It happened. Even though we knew about this, it happened right away. So going to Mexico, you had to be like, what's going to happen here?
Yeah, it's like it was weird because at that point I feel like I was taking COVID so seriously. I was
Mhm.
like double mask, hand sanitize after everything I touch. So I was worried about getting COVID in general. I wasn't even thinking about like shows getting canceled. I don't even know why. It wasn't even like I was like, oh no way. No
Yeah.
way. We'll stop running shows. They'll figure it out.
It's the old wrestling thing. Like the show must go on. You just assume
Yeah.
that somehow wrestling will be exempt from it, but wrestling was not exempt from it
No, not at all.
whatsoever.
When it's already getting canceled, that's when it was like getting punched in the face. I went from having like 20 dates that month to suddenly I only had all of them were gone. The rest of them were done.